Today we are going to learn myself Asma Kausar, lecturer in mechanical engineering, GPT Wangal. So today we are going to learn about a shafts, that is design of shafts. Topic is design of shafts. So in this, after completion of this period, you can able to design a shaft, a solid shaft and hollow shafts on the basis of twisting moment, and second thing is design of shaft that is hollow and solid on the basis of bending moment only. So here we are going to design a shaft based on twisting moment separately and bending moment separately. So shaft may be designed based on the strength and rigidity and stiffness. So first we are going to learn about a strength. So the cross section of the shaft must have to safely resist the action of the involved forces. So the cross section must and should be safely resist the action involved forces. The action of forces on the shaft is generally, so either it may be torsion and bending, and torsion and something. So here first we are going to design the shaft based on the strength. So in designing a shaft based on the strength, the following cases may be considered. First one is shaft subjected to twisting moment or torque. So when the shaft is having only twisting moment or torque, when it is transmitting power from one place to another place without any extra parts, so then it consists of twisting moment only, that is torque only. So this is the first case. In this case, we are going to design the shaft. So second case is the shaft is subjected to bending moment only. So there is no power transmission, but it consists of transmitting elements. So that is in the second case. It has only bending moment. In the first case, it has only torque. In the second case, it has only bending moment. In third case, shaft is subjected to combined twisting and bending moments. So second one is if the shaft is transmitting the power as well as it consisting of either pulleys or case. So this is the second case, third case. And fourth case is shaft subjected to axial loads in addition to the combined torsion and bending loads. So either it may have any movements, to and from movements, then it has an axial loads. So these are the four cases. In these four cases are considered about the strength. When we consider strength, these are the four cases. Based on these four cases, you need to design the shaft. So designing of shaft is nothing but you need to find the cross section of the shaft. Cross section is nothing but the shaft is only in the circular section. So we need to find the diameter of the shaft. Ultimately, we need to find the diameter of the shaft. So that is the design of shaft. So when you consider the shaft, these are the following four cases. One is the only twisting moment where the shaft doesn't consist any gaze, pulleys, etc. In the second case, it is only the purely bending moment. There is no twisting. There is no power transmission. So in third case, it has twisting as well as bending. In the fourth case, if there is an axial load combined with the twisting and bending. So these are the four cases you need to consider while designing the shaft. So this is design of shaft. So in this case, the shaft may be of two types. One is solid shaft and another one is hollow shaft. So solid shaft is completely filled with the material. In the hollow shaft, it has hole inside the shaft. So when designing the shaft, you need to consider some factors. So that is the material and heat treatment. So based on the material and heat treatment, so second designing factor is strength to resist torque and bending. So that shaft must and should be resist torque and bending, and stiffness to resist deflection. So it has to resist the deflection also. Next one is the weight of the shaft and space limitations. It must and should be in the less weight, and it should occupy the less space. And the next one is stress concentration. So these are the five design factors you need to consider while designing the shaft. So next, design of shaft on the basis of strength. So when you are designing the shaft based on the strength, first one is when the shaft is subjected to a pure twisting moment, means it doesn't have any external parts, either if it has also maybe negligible weight. So next, in design of solid shaft, so first we are considering the solid shaft, then we go for the hollow shaft. So first one is solid shaft. So the diameter of the shaft may be obtained by using the following equation. So here what you need to find is, design of solid shaft is nothing but you need to find the diameter of the shaft. So as we know torsion equation, so you already studied the torsion equation in strength of materials. So that is nothing but, what is the torsion equation? T by J equal to tau by R equal to G theta by L. So but we are considering T by J equal to tau by R. So here what is T? T is a twisting moment or torque acting upon the shaft. So T is the torsion. So the torsion torque, twisting moment is nothing but torque. Torque, what is the units? Newton mm. So next one is stress. So shear stress, that is torsional shear stress, that is Newton per mm square. So R, tau by T by J equal to tau by R. So here T is the twisting moment, that is Newton mm. Tau is we'll see the next. So next one is shear stress, that is Newton per mm square, and R is the distance from the neutral axis to the outermost diameter. So from center to outermost diameter, that is R, that is nothing but radius, that is nothing but d by 2. So where d is the diameter of the shaft. So next factor is J. J is nothing but polar moment of inertia of the shaft about the axis of rotation. So J formula is pi by 32 d power 4 Newton, pi by 32 d power 4 mm power 4. Mm power 4 is the unit. So that is P is the torque, J is the polar moment of inertia. So T must and should be in Newton mm, where J is mm power 4. So tau, it is Newton per mm square, and R is mm. So that is the radius of the shaft, nothing but from the center to outermost layer of the shaft. So that is R, that is d by 2. So when you substitute these values, so R is d by 2, whereas J is polar moment of inertia is pi d to the power of 4 by 32. So when you substitute these values on the previous equation, so then you can see T by pi d to the power of 4 by 32 equal to tau by d by 2. So when you do the formula, so then you get T equal to pi tau d cube by 16. This is the formula to find the torque. Or if torque is given, shear stress is given, you can find the value of D. So from the above equation, we can determine the diameter of the round solid shaft. So to find the solid shaft diameter, you must and should know the torque as well as shear stress developed in the shaft. So torque equal to pi d cube into tau by 16. To find D, that is cube root of 16 T by pi into tau. In this way, you can find the diameter of the solid shaft. So next, we are going for the polar moment of inertia. So here polar moment of inertia, sorry. So this is for the solid shaft. Next we'll go for the hollow shaft. When hollow shaft is considered, we need to go for polar moment of inertia. So here polar moment of inertia formula will be changed. That is J equal to pi by 32 into dO power 4 minus di power 4. So di power 4 by 32. dO is outside diameter, di is inside diameter, and r is dO by 2. The substituting above values in the equation, that is T by pi by 32 into dO power 4 minus di power 4 equal to tau by dO by 2. So when you solve the equation, T equal to pi by 16 into tau dO power 4 minus di power 4 by dO. So here K is, so when you take K equal to ratio of inside and outside diameters of the hollow shaft, that is di by dO, then now the equation may written as T equal to pi by 16 into tau. So when you take out the dO power 4 outside, so dO power 4 by dO into 1 minus di by dO power 4. So where we have K is di by dO. So this can be taken as K. So now it is equal to tau into pi dO power 3 into 1 minus K power 4 by 16. So in this way you can find dO value. So either you can find from third equation or you can find from fourth equation. So in this way you can find dO and di values. So in the hollow shaft, so in case of hollow shaft, minimum shear stress is not equal to 0. So because stress is minimum at inner radius and maximum at outer radius. So minimum in this hollow shaft, at the inner radius the shear stress is minimum, and at the maximum outer radius. For the solid shaft, it is maximum at outer radius, and at the center it is 0. So nothing but at the axis of the shaft it is 0. So shear stress is it increases from the center to outer diameter. So center it has 0. When go to the outer radius, it will be increased. So that is the maximum at outer radius and minimum at inner radius. For the hollow shaft, for the solid shaft, at the center it is 0, and at the outer radius it is maximum. So next we need to find power transmitted by shaft. So power transmitted by shaft, if the shaft is running at n revolutions per minute. So if the shaft is running at n RPM, then work done per second is equal to torque into angular displacement. So torque into angular displacement is equal to work done per second. Work done per second is nothing but rate of doing work is power. So work done per second is nothing but power. Power equal to 2 pi nt by 60. The torque is T and angular displacement is 2 pi n by 60. So that's why power equal to 2 pi nt by 60. So torque is P into 60 by 2 pi n. So in this way you can find torque. So if the power is given in the problem, so you can find the torque. So where torque twisting moment in Newton meter. If power is in watts, here power is in watts, then torque will be in Newton meter. N is RPM. So T is in Newton meter when power is in watts. So you need to remember this must and should. So where in the torque equation, there torque is Newton mm. So here it is Newton meter. You need to convert that this torque into Newton meter into Newton mm to find the diameter of the solid shaft. So to find the diameter of the shaft, in case of first case, when hollow shaft is to be made equal to the strength of the solid shaft. So that is here in generally hollow shaft is most of the times it is used hollow shaft because to reduce the material. So to make hollow shaft equal in strength of solid shaft, that there the twisting moment of both shafts must and should be same. So if the twisting moment on both shafts same, then the solid shaft can be replaced with the hollow shaft. So the torque is equal to means torque of solid shaft is equal to torque of hollow shaft. So torque of solid shaft is pi by 16 into tau into d cube. Whereas hollow shaft pi by 16 into tau into do power 4 minus di power 4 by do. Here, if if shear stress must and should be equal means the material of both shafts must and should be equal. So then only torque will, and then only the shear stress will be equal. So for the same material, both shafts equal to this. So then these are cancelled. Pi by 16 into tau is cancelled both sides. Then do power 4 minus di power 4 by do equal to d3. So do power 3 into 1 minus k by 4 equal to d3. So in this way we can find do value. So then you can find di something. Okay. So this is the first case. If both shafts, if you need to replace with the solid shaft with the hollow shaft, the twisting moment on both the shafts must and should be equal. And for the same material of the shafts, this is the formula. So this is in case you need to replace the solid shaft with the hollow shaft. So for the second case, if we use belt drives, the twisting moment is given as T1 minus T2 into R. T1 and T2 are the tensions on the tight side and slack sides of the belt drives. So when you take the belt drives, it has tensions. So that is T1 and T2. T1 is at the tight side and T2 is the at slack side. So then the torque equation will be T1 minus T2 into R. So this is the second case. In this way you can find torque value. So this is based on the twisting moment. If it has only twisting moment, the mean formula is T by J equal to tau by R. In this case, the J value, from the J value we can find the value of D. So that is for the solid shaft, J equal to pi d to the power of 4 by 32. So in this way, we can find torque equal to pi d cube by 16 into tau. So here you can find the value of D. This is for the hollow shaft. So this is solid shaft. So next, the design of shaft subjected to bending only. So the maximum stress, compressive or tensile is given by bending equation M by I equal to sigma by Y. M by I equal to sigma B by Y. B is nothing but bending. So M by I equal to sigma B by Y. So M is bending moment. So that is Newton mm. And I is moment of inertia of cross-sectional area of shaft about the axis of rotation. So that is mm power 4. So nothing but pi d to the power of 4 by 64. Sigma b is the bending moment and y is the distance from neutral axis to the outermost diameter, that is d by 2. We know that moment of inertia of around solid shaft I equal to pi by 64 into d power 4, whereas y equal to d by 2 And substituting these values above in the above equation, so m by 64, m by pi by 64 into d power 4 equal to sigma b by d by 2. So then we solve the equation m equal to pi by 32 into d cube into sigma b. From the above equation, we can find the diameter of the shaft. For hollow shaft, moment of inertia will be changed, that is pi by 64 into do power 4 minus di power 4. And k is nothing but di by do, and y value will be do by 2. So by substituting above values in the equation, m by pi by 64 into d power 4 into 1 minus k by 4 equal to sigma b by do by 2. M equal to pi by 32 sigma b d cube into 1 minus k power 4. From the above equation, you can find outer diameter of the shaft and inner diameter of the shaft. So here main important one is, so when you are finding the when you design the shaft, so here you need to consider, so here again revising, so this here, so design of solid shaft and hollow shaft. So first one is based on the twisting moment and second one is based on the bending moment. So shaft subjected to twisting and torque, for the when you are considering the strength, so design of shaft based on the strength, that is the following cases. Shaft is subjected to twisting, shaft is subjected to bending, and combined twisting and bending, and axial and torsional. Axial loads in addition to torsional and bending loads. So here we have cylindrical shaft, one is solid shaft and another one is hollow shaft. So here the basic important one is the torque equation. Everyone must and should know the torque equation, that is T by J equal to tau by R. So in every, here we are using shafts. In every shafts problem, we use only torque equation most of the times. So because it is a circular one, it has a twisting moment. When you are transmitting the power from one place to another place, the shaft must and should go through the twisting moments. So when it has a twisting moment, it must and should possess torque. So then the torque equation must and should be known. That is T by J equal to tau by R equal to G theta by L. So here the shaft transmitting a given, for the shaft transmitting a given torque, the value of G, theta and L are constant. So the value of G is constant, theta is constant, and length of the shaft is constant, twisting angle is constant, and G value is also constant. So we are neglecting the G theta by L here. So here basically tau by R is equal to constant. For hollow shaft, tau 1 by R1 equal to tau 2 by R2. At the inner, that at the outer radius it has tau 1 by R1, at the inner radius that is tau 2 by R2. So these two are equal. Tau 1 by R1 equal to tau 2 by R2 for hollow shaft. For solid shaft, tau by R equal to constant. So here when you are designing the shaft, we need to find the diameter of the shaft itself. So there is nothing more to find. When you are designing a shaft means you have to design a diameter. So diameter can be found out from the value of G, that is J val, that is polar moment of inertia of the shaft about the axis of rotation, J equal to pi d to the power of 4 by 32. So D value will be, you can find from this. So R is the distance from neutral axis to the outermost fiber. So then you can find d by 2. So R is nothing but d by 2. So here one more thing is J by R equal to polar section modulus. So T can be written as T equal to tau into ZP. T equal to tau into ZP. So J by R is called as polar section modulus ZP. So ZP is equal to, for solid section, that is, when you solve this, J by R, that is pi d cube by 16. So yeah, so for solid shaft, T equal to torque into ZP. So nothing but T equal to pi d cube by 16 into tau. From the above equation, we can find the diameter of the shaft, and D equal to cube root of 16T by pi into tau. From this, you can find the value of torque. So next, for the hollow shaft, J value will be changing. So because it has inner diameter and outer diameter, J equal to pi by 32 into DO power 4 minus GI power 4. So whereas R equal to outer center to outer radius, so that is DO by 2. So then when you substitute these two, you can find torque equal to pi by 16 into tau, that is into DO power 4 minus DI power 4 by DO. So here K is the ratio of inside and outside diameters of the hollow shaft, that is DI by DO. So when you are applying K value, then T equal to tau into pi DO cube into 1 minus K power 4 by 16. So this is for the hollow shaft. So here power transmitted by the shaft, P equal to 2 pi NT by 60. P equal to, so here power transmitted by shaft is nothing but work done. So next, so power transmitted by shaft is nothing but work done per second. Work done per second equal to torque into angular displacement. Torque is T, angular displacement is 2 pi N by 60. So work done per second can be taken as power. Rate of power, doing power, that is P equal to 2 pi NT by 60. So here power is in watts, then torque will be in Newton meters. If power is in watts, torque will be Newton meters. So N is speed of the shaft, that is RPM, revolutions per minute. So N will be revolutions per minute and P will be watts. When P is in watts, T will be in Newton meter. So to find the diameter of the shaft, there are some two cases will be there. When the hollow shaft is to be made equal to the strength of the solid shaft, the twisting moment of both the shafts must and should be same. So in generally most of the cases, solid shaft is replaced by hollow shaft because to save the material for low cost. So then by solving these two, we'll get dO cube equal into 1 minus K power 4 equal to D3. So in case of some problems we'll have in belted drives, then in that case, the twisting moment equal to T1 minus T2 into R. Here T1 and T2 are the tensions on the tight side and slack sides of the belted drive. R is the radius of the pulley. From this you can find the torque, then you can find diameter of the shaft. So design of shaft based on subjected to bending moment only means when it doesn't transmit power from one place to another place, but it consists of some rotating parts. So the maximum stress, either it may be compressive or tensile, is given by bending equation. in bending equation, m by I equal to sigma by y equal to sigma by y. So here m is bending moment, it is also in Newton meter, Newton mm, sorry. I is in moment of inertia, that is mm power 4, and sigma b is bending stress, and y is distance from neutral axis to outermost fiber. The moment of inertia of solid shaft is I equal to pi d to the power of 4 by 64, and y value is d by 2. Then you will get m equal to pi by 32 into sigma b into dq. So when you take for the hollow shaft, then m equal to pi by 32 sigma b d cube into 1 minus k power 4. So from this, we were successfully completed about, we discussed about design of solid shaft and hollow shaft on the basis of strength. When the shafts are subjected to twisting moment and bending moment. So most important one is the torque of solid shaft. When you take, this is the most important formula. So torque equal to pi d cube by 16 into tau. And next important one is power. P equal to 2 pi nt by 60. So here, when you are considering this equation, T equal to pi d cube by 16 into tau, here torque is in Newton mm. When you take power equal to 2 pi nt by 60, when power is in watts, T is in Newton meter. So here what you need to do is, you need to convert Newton meter into Newton mm when you are substituting the torque value in this formula. T equal to pi d cube by 16 into tau. When you are using here, torque must and should be in Newton mm, because here we are taking shear stress, that is Newton per mm square. So torque must and should be in Newton mm while taking the torque. So general quiz is, when you are taking belts, the torque is T1 minus T2 into R. So this is about design of shafts. So in the next class we'll see the problems on the design of shafts. So where we will find the diameter of the shaft by using these either twisting and bending formulas.